and we're back where it all began. We're here in No Man's Park, the tiny square of weeds where Ducktown was born. With me here in this field are field reporters, Peter Protector,
How do you do?
Charles Garage, and that little voice in my ear, our producer, Thatch Switcher.
Thank you, glad to be here.
Well, you're the oldest, Charles. Kick it off.
Well, from here, Ed, I think the big story is visualization. Just look at this sodden postage stamp of ground. Over there, you know, originally we had a few merchants, some settlers, some pilgrims, some trappers, some soldiers. They all had buckles on their shoes, and these soldiers would have all been in armor.
Just folks.
yes.
While over here,
All over there.
there were some Indians, Mohawks, Buttes, and wraparounds, all dressed up and looking like Currier and Ives.
Guardians of this sacred land.
Excuse me.
And in between, this sumptuous feast, untouched as yet by hand of man.
I'd like some of that.
Well, the leader of the white man spoke.
Let's whop them Indians!
He said.
The Indians, of course, had nothing to say.
And so, of course, they said nothing.
Well, I think we can agree that was a typical scene, gentlemen, one which was to be repeated thousands of times.
In the thousands of times.
to come.
Except...
The first one was different.
Yes.
Well, why did the first one have to be different?
Now, here's the thing. It didn't seem any different at first.
No. You see, one of the soldiers walked over to one of the Indians, and he throttled him like this. Oh, sorry, old man. Well, you can bet that made the white folks in the buckled shoes as proud as punch.
Manifest destiny!
The captain of the ship.
That Indian is good and dead.
Said the minister's wife.
A dead Indian is good.
Cleverly rejoined the captain of the dragoons.
The only good engine is a dead engine.
Said a little boy.
And they all applauded.
And you know they were about to let the little boy eat the Indian's heart.
Yum, yum.
When someone
I think it was the minister.
reminded them that they were all Christians.
And eating the heart of an Indian isn't really something Christ would do.
No.
Oh,
Well, the Indian didn't say anything because
Of course,
he was dead.
Good heavens.
exclaimed the chief of the Indians.
These people not friendly.
depend on what you mean by friendly.
Said the medicine man.
Depend on what you mean by people.
Said the chief. And he shot an arrow at the soldier, which bounced off
Take
the
that.
soldier's armor.
Exclaimed the minister's wife, and she raised her buckly musket.
Said the musket.
And a couple of Indians fell dead, clutching their intestines.
Which spilled out on this ground.
Well, folks, this really got things going. There was a lot of shooting and dodging behind trees and skulking and so on.
The Indians killed a few settlers.
And these settlers killed a lot of it.
And the feast was still untouched, except for those musket holes.
Yes. And it looked like democracy was being made safe for America.
When?
All of a sudden, gentlemen, a very strange and unprecedented thing happened.
What happened was...
And you know, this does sound a little strange.
Yes.
Well, what happened was...
Well, all the white people turned into black people.
Like that.
Now you may think this amazed and befuddled the Indians.
Oh, not so.
all the Indians turned into Chinese.
This was quite a turn of events.
Then, folks, a funny thing happened.
All the settlers took off their buckles and girdles and started dancing and painting each other, and a few days later, someone
We think it was the minister.
said,
What about this war we was a-having?
Oh, wait a minute. What was we fighting about?
I think we's gonna take their land.
Oh, that's unthinkable. And besides, what do you mean, their land?
Hey, I dig it. It's no man's land.
Right on.
Ah, yes, well, you see, after only a short hesitation, the black people and the yellow people got together socially.
And a little hanky-panky took place amongst the younger folk.
And everything got sort of blended together.
Till one day they all looked around and there was
Nothing
But
Indians. That's right, folks.
absolutely nothing.
but,
Indian.
you see,
And here comes the headline.
The definition of an Indian is...
White man
who becomes a black man?
Who becomes a yellow man?
who becomes a white man.
Who becomes a black man?
Who becomes a yellow man?
Well, some may say that's an oversimplification.
Well, it is an oversimplification.
I agree, yes.
But from here to today, it looks to us like it's better than killing people. Doesn't it? Don't you think?
I'd agree.
Oh, yes, I think so. I don't think we should kill anybody.
Should we wrap
No,
this?
I agree with
Let's
that.
get out of the rain.
Oh, yeah, that's a very good idea.
Good program.
We
had very good show.
Can we have a playback?
Why don't we do it again?